told. Here, apparently I wasn't standing in the middle. Won't tell you what Laura was saying a minute ago. Good morning, how are you doing? Tuesday the 9th of February, so, it's Tuesday, so treat yourself Tuesday, isn't it? Treat yourself Tuesday, so let's do that. We've been asking you that kind of like every Tuesday, and that's what I'm going to ask today. Treat yourself. What are you going to be treating yourself today with Treat Yourself Tuesday? We've got a jam-packed day here on Crafters TV, so you might be treating yourself to some goodies. We've got a new launch. We have got some soft crafts as well, so we've got a nice selection. Doesn't matter what kind of crafting you like, we've got a nice selection to cover all. But what we're also got is, as I say, a launch as well. But what we've got as well as Get It, Got It and Good. So we're going to kickstart it. We're going to show you this one as to what is the Get It, Got It Good for this week. We have got our Gemini plate bundle. This is A4 in size. You've got your 2 cutting plates, you've got your plastic, but you've also got your kind of like your caddy case as well to go with it. So all of that, all 4 items, they are $27.97 here in the UK, or of course in the United States of America, you are... Didn't catch your price. I'll tell you in a minute. So we've got that one here. So that's your Get It, Got It Good. So that is nice just to pop in. When it comes to our Get It, Got It Good, they run all week. I was about to say Monday to Friday. I'm all week, Monday to Friday, but these are for the 7 days of the week, depending on stock. And with that is a Gemini A4 platform, because these are going to go through your large Gemini, perfect for your die cutting of your cardstock and papers, but also your soft crafts as well. So certainly one to pop into your basket. Always like to have a bit of a stock up when it comes to things like your adhesives, as well as your Gemini plates as well. So, as I alluded to, it is, 2 minutes past 9 here in the UK. I'm with you Monday to Friday for an hour. You guys stateside, so many of you are up live watching, whether it is 4 a.m. Eastern Time, 1 a.m. Pacific Time, or 2 a.m. Central Time. But as always, you guys, as well as anyone else in the world, can always watch back this show, as well as any of our shows on Crafters TV, whether it is on our YouTube or our website. With the website, you can shop and watch at the exact same time. But what I want to know is I want to hear from you straight away. Tuesday, Treat Yourself Tuesday. I want to know what you're treating yourself. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are. Maybe it's going to be something crafty. Maybe it's going to be a little treat from, baker shop or that, wherever ones that are open, you might be treating yourself. Let me know, and then let me know what you're up to as well. I know certainly here in the UK, kind of limited as to what we can do, but maybe you're going to do a distant walk with maybe a friend or a family member and just get out in the fresh air. Very snowy out there, certainly here in County Durham, but nothing beats a bit of fresh air, doesn't it? So maybe that's what you're going to do. But let us know. Already your comments are coming in thick and fast, and I really, really appreciate it. So what we're going to do, launch party. Kickstart and telling you all about a launch. It's actually a day full of launches, and we'll tell you that in a little bit more detail, where we do a continuation with launch party. Tell you a wee bit more about that in a minute. But this is our launch, this is our launch party. This is all about our rotating background stamp. So our Crafter's Companion background rotation stamps collection. So you're getting 8 elements in total. So within each set, what you've got is you've then got your actual rotation stamp, but then what you've got as well is you've got your sentiment that goes within the middle as well. So this is where the 8 elements come in total as well. So that's going to be coming up with Sarah in the launch party, but we'll be showing you them just shortly as well as to what you can do with them. But that is then launch party. Going over into our launch day. So it's kind of like, where's softer side gone? Do not worry. We've got our launch day, and this is all our Riley Blake, Sarah's Meadow Lane. These are our Grey Meadow Lane, mate, you can tell I don't do self-crafts a lot, can't you? We've got a Riley Blake, Sarah Meadow Lane, Grey Meadow Lane, Maine. Posies. Oh, it's just, gosh, text. Oh, that's all. Oh, okay, I've got you. So you can see right in front of me here, I've got you. We're flicking through all the different ones. So we've gone through all of these tones. Now, I don't want you to worry. Maybe you said, a couple of weeks ago, Craig, you were on your own with some fabrics. And let's face it, you didn't know what you were talking about when it comes to a lot of the fabrics. I know. I know sometimes we have Bernie, which is great, but we've got someone that I've not seen in quite a wee while, and we've got Lizzie. Lizzie is going to be joining us as well, so it'll be nice to see, say hi to her. But also, what she's going to do is, this is, because it's Tuesday, it's going to do something a wee bit different as well. And we're going to be doing this on a Tuesday. Teach yourself, try it Tuesday. Teach yourself Tuesday, try it Tuesday, all the T's. But we're going to be doing a bit of soft crafts as well, where I'm going to be following Lizzie's lead. So that's going to be fun, and a lot of ideas when it comes to things that you could be doing that's going to be coming up throughout the show on launch day. Then what we're going to do is we're going to show you something that's actually I'm on, and that is our craft vault. So you can see here, this is our double-sided dies. So this is our rectangle box dies, but what we're also giving you is our crafty fun pearlescent cardstock within it, and we're also giving you kind of like your flowers, your layerable sentiment stamp. Well, you've got sentiments that you could pop into the middle if you want, but these are all about creating your frame, creating that focal point all the way around as well. Double-sided box die, so one pass through the Gemini, it's going to create the box as well as the lid, and then what you can then do is decorate it till your heart's content, whether it's with that cardstock, whether it's with the stamps, it's entirely up to yourself, but we will be doing a little bit of crafting when it comes to them later on as well. So let's have a look and let's just see what everyone is saying. We've got Barbara saying good morning, everyone from dark Oregon. Yeah, but it's certainly breezy out there, but it's also dark as well, and very, very snowy too. Absolutely. Then we've got Melanie Smith, good morning. Craig Laird and the entire CCTV crew, good morning. We've got Laura and we've got Adam.
Morning.
There we go. Yeah, you're liking that on a daily basis. You love hearing from Adam. Then we've got Judy on, she's saying good morning, Craig, crew, and everyone here from Pennsylvania. Well, good morning to you. Just says, well, you can see that strap right along the bottom there. So if you do want to get social, let me know what you are up to today, treating yourself to. Maybe you've got some questions, then just get onto the team and do let us know. If you've got some photos, then we want to see them as well. Maybe it's what you've been crafting. Maybe you joined me on the craft along yesterday as well. How awesome was that? You guys absolutely adored that one. So maybe you want to show us some photos of that. Whatever you've been making, send them across the studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk, and the team in the gallery, they will get them sorted. So that would be good. And then we've got Dee Maddox saying, I can't believe I am awake for Wake Up Call, Craig. Good morning, Craig and the crew from a cold eastern Kentucky. Well, good morning to you. It must be early there, that is for sure. So get your comments in and we will read them throughout the show. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to kickstart with something myself and Joe is going to be showing you when it comes to our craft vaults. So I'm going to show you some samples, and we're then going to bring these ones in here. So this is where we've got our double-sided box dies here. So this is enabling you to do your lid as well as your box as well. But what you've got is you've got two sizes. So we're going to show you. So this is the larger size. You can then cut it into many of your cardstocks at home, but you've also got your smaller one as well. Maybe you want to decorate it like Christmas, you can. Maybe into your pattern cardstock that you can as well, and then maybe just into your Centura Pearl that you can see there. Maybe you want to use your texture cardstocks, but then make them something a little bit fancy and different as well, creating your easel aspect. Then maybe into your foil card that you can see, maybe you're making a little project out of it by layering them together, and a few more, another one as well, along the same idea. But whether it is your white card, pattern card, mirror, matte card, glitter card, any of those sorts of cardstocks you can be using. So what we're going to do is, let's bring in my ones here. These are our double-sided die, so you do need your double-sided plates for these ones here, so your mint colour plates. They've got the Gemini so that you know this is the one for your double-sided dies. Please don't get your plates mixed up with your foil press ones, they are different. So that is your two that you need there. And then we also need our two cutting plates from the Gemini Junior. I say the Gemini Junior because that's what I'm using. So what I'm going to do is I've brought in two bits of cardstock. Now this one, it's not from that Crafty Fun, although you can be using the Crafty Fun. This is from Sarah's Caring Thoughts. I've got two bits of cardstock exactly the same size. And what I've got here is I've got the largest die when it comes to the double-sided dies. Just to show you, because you're getting 5 in total. So you can make 2 boxes, but you've also got tags as well. So let's bring this one out. So there's your smaller box. And as you've seen with some of the samples, they actually fit inside. But what we've got as well, if we then bring this one out, let's see where we're all stuck to the inside. We've got your larger tag, but what we've also got is 2 smaller ones as well. You can see here. So what we can do is let's bring in our plates. We're just going to do this larger one. So bringing in our plates here. So we're going to bring in our base cutting plate and we're going to bring in our double-sided die plate and we're going to pop that one on. So then what we can do is pop our cardstock over the top. Then we're going to bring in our die. Now on this side here, we've got a couple of millimeters between the edge as well as that cutting edge of the die where my thumbs are. So there's a couple of millimeters there. And on this one, it's pretty much not even a millimeter. This lets me know this side's bigger. So this is going to be my lid. This is going to be my base. But the only time you need to worry about that or concern yourself with that is if you're using a specific size or a specific colour cardstock for the base compared to the lid. So that's the only time you need to know that. So popping in our cardstock now over the top of that one, and then we're popping our next double-sided plate over the top. Then we're going to bring in our top plate and we're going to run that one through. So let's switch our Gemini on. Using the Junior, you can see there, of course, if you've got your larger plates for your large Gemini, you can use that one. Alternatively, you can use your Junior plates in with the large Gemini as well. And even then, if you're going to use your Gemini MIDI, then all you need is your plastic folder or your plastic shim that comes with it. So instead of your cutting plates, you're just going to use your plastic shim. So we can then take these ones out. So let's move them out of the way there and then here. So we've now got our box lid as well as our base. And now what this does as well, this gives us the score lines inside the actual cardstock for us just to actually fold and burnish. So that's just not quite caught the edge. So let's just follow that line there, which is good to go. And then we can move that one out the way just now. So all that we can do is we can then start to fold along these lines here. So you've got your embossed lines into your cardstock. So all that I'm going to do is follow them over, and I'm just following my score lines, and we're going to press. We're going to bring in as well our scoring tool, and we can just burnish these ones. And then these give us the score lines. They give us the little tabs as well so that we can pop our adhesive on. So we're going to fold them over and burnish them. So maybe you like to do little gifts, maybe you like to do little treats, you want to package them. Boxes are so good, and because they're so much fun to make, sometimes, depending if you need to do a lot, they can be time consuming. So with these ones, as you've seen, one pass through the Gemini, and that's all that you need to do, and it creates the box as well as the lid. And what we're going to do is just fold over these tabs there. So I'm going to set that one to the side for the time being. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fold over onto these ones, and then we're going to take these ones here, and we're just carrying on all the way around, following along the score lines, and then we're going to bring on these ones here. Fold in these last ones, and then what we can do, bringing in our tape runner, and this is construction, so I would recommend to use a wet glue for this one, like our tacky glue, but we will of course use our tape runner for this one. So let's pop our adhesive onto each of these little tabs. So we're going to pop these ones on all the way around, and then as we would any other box or a base or a lid or construction, what we're going to do is we're going to fold that one over and we're going to press that one into place. So we can bring that one in here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do exactly the same in a moment, and we're going to press these into place as well as on the base. So let's bring this one in, and we can then start to assemble this one. What you could then do at this point, before you start to put your adhesive on, you could start to create apertures within the middle. Maybe pop a little bit of acetate in so that you can have a bit of a see-through card. Good for doing your dimensions. Yesterday on the craft along, we made our 5x7 box so that you can pop a dimensional card in the middle. And once again, as fun as they are to make, if you need to make a few, they can be time consuming. So at least with these double-sided dies, you're getting the lid and the base at the same time. So once these have been assembled, we're just going to bring in our base, we're going to pop our lid over the top, and then that creates our lid that we can see here. So we're going to just pop that one into place, and there is our lid as well as our box. You can see how lovely that comes together. Then what we're going to do, same plate configuration. So we're bringing in our base plate, and then we're bringing in our double-sided die plate. And then let's bring in a couple of other pieces of that same cardstock. So we're going to bring in our card, so we're going to pop our die into plate. Not that one, it's the medium one that I want. We can also, let's just make sure we've taken that little bit of red out. So we can pop that one on. Same with our next piece of cardstock. And then I've brought from the same collection, the Care and Thoughts. This is from the 12 by 12. We're going to pop our next tag and then our next cardstock. We can then pop our plate over the top with our cutting plate, and then we're going to run that one through, and then we're going to do a quick decoration, and it goes to show how from scratch we're able to make a box. It's really, really nice, really dinky box, but of course you can make the two sizes because this is just the largest one. You've got that other one that you can make. See so many comments coming in, so thank you all for popping in and saying hello. So let's take these bits out of the way now, so we can pop them ones. So we can then, you can start to have a bit of fun. You can use the tags on their own. You know, so maybe a bit of thread or twine, start to use them on their own, or even start to layer them up as well. Get different ways. So what we can do is move that out the way. I brought the same pink satin card from the collection, as well as some of the pattern paper. And we're going to layer this one up for a bit of decoration. And we can work that round. And then if we pop that one over the top, setting that into place as well. And I just think that because I'm using the mint colour cardstock when it comes to the boxes, or for the decoration of the box, I just think it works so well together. Just kind of that really subtle peachy and mint tones. Very kind of like a sorbet tone when it comes to the collection. But what I'm going to do is let's pop that one on, and we can bring that one in. I'm just going to press that slightly into place. Let's bring in a nesting die. I've already cut this out when it comes to our nesting dies, and we can bring this one in. What we can do is pop that one on, press that one into place, and then let's even bring pad in just to add a bit of height to this one. Bringing it into place, and then we could be using the tag as well if you want, which we will do. So let's take this one off. What we can do is set this into the middle, there. Then let's bring in our two tags, and let's do that bit of layering like I was on about. So let's bring in our pink, and I'm going to pop that on here. Now I don't actually have any twine or thread or that at the side of me, so we'll just position it on. What I'm going to do is you could put them at an angle if you want. I'm going to pop it straight over the top, making sure that you can see right through the circle, so that if you did want to thread a bit of ribbon or twine through, you can. And then what we can do is let's even go in with another pad, and we'll maybe pop that towards the top, and then have it at an angle, and then let's just even, I'm going to pop it there. Then you could then stamp a sentiment, you could die cut your alphabet within a name, you could pop it into a tag, or then what you could even do is if you leave that so that you've got thread or twine or ribbon or something through it, that could be fed onto the back, that could be free flowing, you could write onto the tag, but this is what you can then be making with that double-sided die. Not forgetting as well, you're getting that stamp set with the stamps included, so you can then decorate it with that one. You're also getting the crafty fun as well, but to see a lot more things as you can do with it, it is going to be coming up on Craftfall. What I want to say with Craftfall as well, I'm on the first one, Sarah's on the last one of the day. Craftfall, it's the best ever deals that you've seen on Craftfall so far, so tune into that one because it's going to be a good one. So let's have a look and let's see. Let's just quickly get tidied while I am saying good morning for everyone. We've got Sandra on, where is she on? She doesn't say where she is, whether it's YouTube or Facebook, but she's saying good morning, Craig. CTV crew, crafty friends. Mr. Yodel has come with 2 parcels. Excellent. And you've put a big whoop whoop. Yeah, a big whoop whoop to that. Absolutely. Then we've got Linda saying, morning, everyone. Liz Rees Pedler saying, morning, Craig. Good morning. Liz shared some pictures onto my Facebook wall of what she made on the craft along. Absolutely glorious. Absolutely gorgeous indeed. Sonia on Facebook saying, Craig, this is the first show I have made. This is the first show I have made. Love it. It is 3 a.m. here in Louisiana. So that is dedication. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in. Sonia on Facebook saying, Craig, that's stunning fabric. I will have to treat myself to some of those fabrics. Absolutely. Well, stay tuned because we're going to go over them in a little bit more detail in a moment. But have a look at this. What you have got is you have got your craft vault. So this is what's coming up. This is our double-sided dies. So this is where you're getting your stamp sets, you're getting that Crafty Fun cardstock as well, all included, all of these elements where you're getting 59 elements in total. Unbelievable bundle. A nice one to stock up your craft stash as well. Okie doke. So as we were just talking about a moment ago, we were going on with about the fabric. And got very, very special guest, someone I've not actually seen for a wee while now, and that is, of course, it's Lizzie. Lizzie is absolutely, she's looking gorgeous today, as she always does. Lizzie, hi, Lizzie.
Good morning, Craig. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm really good. It's a little bit snowy here in Suffolk, but not enough to stop me going out for my mid-morning walk.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Most important, isn't it, being able to get out for our walk at the moment? That is for sure. Now, you've got something special you're going to be showing us today, haven't you?
Yes, we've got a new launch of the fabrics, of course, the Riley Blake fabrics. These are kind of done by our Sarah Davis in conjunction with Riley Blake. And they are called Meadow Lane. So every single one is called Meadow Lane something, and you kind of hinted at that earlier. So when we say Riley Blake Main, then you're going to get this main fabric. That's what it sort of looks like, and there's 3 different colorways. But then you also get all the different sort of complementary fabrics. There's 18, Craig. There's 18. Yeah. It's a bit like when you get a paper crafting kit, you know, or a pad, and you've got all those pages to go through, double-sided. Do I use this side? Do I use that side? It's the same with us sewers, that we get this plethora of fabrics, 18 to choose from.
Wow.
To be perfectly honest, when they landed on my doorstep, I was so excited. I actually posted on my Lizzie Curtis page how excited I was with this heap of fabric on my desk. And then, of course, because it's so glorious, I ended up making a ton of stuff, which we'll perhaps talk about.
We're going to be having a look at that in a second. But what I want to do as well, Lizzie, is I just want to let people know, maybe someone, well, you know, we've got a lot more crafters, soft crafters as well, joining us, obviously, with what's going on in the world. Now, you are our soft craft expert, Lizzie. You know, this is something that, you know, but respectfully, you've been doing for quite a wee while. You know your stuff. You know your stuff when it comes to the fabs. How did you get started?
That's such a loaded question, because I've stitched since I was 4, so it's 60 years. 60 years, Craig.
No way.
Stitching. And when I first started on TV, I actually did paper crafting, as you well probably remember.
Yeah.
And that was about 8 or 9 years ago. And that's only because that's how my journey started on TV. But stitching has always been part of my life. It's just it's in my bones. My mother was an incredible textile artist, so I learned from her. And I've been influenced by a lot of people throughout my life. And, you know, it's been a varied life when it comes to my stitching journey. Yeah. So I've picked up loads and loads of hints and tips along the way. And I don't have any rules. That's the main thing. I kind of throw that out the window.
Okay.
But the main thing is to enjoy it. You know, whatever you do, it's whether you're paper crafting, whether you're a woodworker, a metal worker, doesn't matter what that hobby is, as long as you absolutely love it with a passion.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely agree. You've got to love what it is that you are doing, that is for sure. Do you have a favourite soft and craft project that you like to do? Is there something you like to make?
Well, I do a lot of free patterns, and we'll talk about that perhaps later, because that's probably my passion at the moment to do little free patterns like the little mini caddy here, and it's getting that out to the people that perhaps don't stitch very much, that are beginners, that don't know where to start. So it's kind of little kind of mini projects. So that's my passion at the moment. But like I say, all through my stitching life, I've had various sort of opportunities and projects and sort of points of interest, I suppose, that have catapulted me onto other things. Yeah. And if I had to narrow it down to one thing that I love to do, that if I had to go to a desert island and I was allowed only certain things or certain things I could do, that would be free motion embroidery. That is hands down my absolute favourite technique. Like you may have in paper crafting, you may have a technique that you love. It could be embossing or inking or stamping. You know, you made the boxes. Now, which reminds me, Craig, you have missed a trick.
Uh-oh, have I? What? Oh no, tell me.
Yep. You forgot to tell everybody, not that you knew, but you forgot to tell everybody that if you stabilised this gorgeous new fabric with our stabiliser, you can make those boxes.
See, that's why you're here. That's exactly why you're here, and you're doing the soft crafts and I'm not, which funny enough leads me on to, can you actually show us and explain these fabrics? Because let's face it, you've seen the top of the show and, you know, it's just a bit complicated for me. So can you do that for me?
Look, I've got 18 boards here with the fabric on. I mean, they're not, you can hopefully see most of them. I'll get my junk out of the way so you've got a clearer desk space. And I'm going to go through them just as they're listed or packed here. So you've got the off-white in poses. Now, you might see my writing on the back, so forgive me for that. You've got the main design in mint. You've then got the leaves in grey. Oh, just love them all. Then you've got the leaves in cream. Look how pretty that is. Now, I want you to have a look around me because I've used that a lot. Then you've got the main in grey, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Then, of course, you've got the scribbled in grey. And this is quite different. The sort of flowers on there are picked up throughout all the fabric, but the background on that, I wonder if I can hold it a little bit nearer. There you go. And you can see that the background is very more sort of geometric. So that's the scribbled, which I think is quite masculine. Then we've got the floral imprint in melon. And you can see again behind me, I've used that a lot. I love that colour. Then you've got poses in grey. Sorry if you're falling asleep now, but you've got a lot more to go. Then you've got dash daisies in pink, which, oh, look, let me bring that up. This is my way of zooming in, Craig. This is as good as it gets.
It's a Sarah zoom, but it's a Lizzie zoom.
Yeah. This is it. This is technology at its best. Then we have the poses in mint. Oh, now look, this one, guys, this poses design has got to be your all-time favourite. I'm biased completely because I made one of my little free patterns using that fabric, and it's beautiful. So if you need to get something, probably get the poses either in the white or the mint. It's absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, we're still going. Then we've got the off-white in Maine. I'll be a bit quicker. Then we've got the floral imprint in pink. You can see I've got my words on the back, Craig. I'm kind of cribbing. I'm going to move it so I'm pretending.
We didn't see anything. We didn't see anything.
I've got the dash daisies in grey. And to be honest, I can actually do these off by heart now, but I'm reliant on my words. We've got scribbled in pink. Let me bring that up. This is my zooming in, guys. This is it. This is as good as you get.
It's absolutely stunning.
And again, you've got that geometric background there, so it's kind of like a yin yang with the main fabric, because the main fabric is blousy and flowery and just full of life, whereas the scribbled has a delicate accent and then that scribbled background. So it's actually a really good blender.
Yeah.
Then I've got a few more to go yet. Then we've got scribbled floral in melon. And then you can see if you look at the scribbled in melon, that's some lovely orangey colour. You've got your fingers on it there. Well done, Craig. Then you've got the leaves in pink, which is just further along to your left. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, please don't buy any because I want it all.
Really gorgeous, all of
Then you've
them.
got the dash daisies in melon. So move along to the melony, pinky, orangey. That's the floral imprint. Next one along, dash
So,
daisies,
next one along.
melon. You got it. You got it.
Got it. Oh, we're coming
And
back to you,
then the
Lizzie.
last one, the last one is the floral imprint in grey. And again, those grey, I love it how you've got that on the counter actually, because it shows all the colours in their groups. But actually, you know what? I'm just going to sort of go blindfolded into my stash and pick up 2 or 3 of these, and we'll see how they work together. So I'm not looking. There we go. So look, I've got 3 put together there.
Wow.
And look how they look. They all work beautifully. And that's the joy of it. That's the joy of this whole collection. If you can't remember the names, I mean, you're going to get the pictures on the website, but if you can't remember the names, just go by what makes you sing. When you look at it, you think, I've got to have it.
Right.
That's the one you've got to get.
Okay, so that's a good tip as well. If that is something, if you don't know what one to go for, kind of pick out the one that is kind of singing to you, that jumps out at you.
Yeah. Okay.
Brilliant. Yeah, I suppose as well, because they all go together like you've shown, as well as we've shown here, they work really, really well. So I think as well, because you've been really busy, because you love it, you've got a few samples that you can show us, haven't you?
Yeah, it's actually quite a funny thing really, because I'm part of the team. You know, when I do pop onto the Crafters TV channel, I usually get samples sent to me.
Yeah.
But this time I said, no, this fabric is so delicious. Don't you worry, I'm going to have plenty of samples. So I'm just going to talk to you about the freebies, because truly these are free patterns for you to try. And you'll find them, and I think they're going to put the link in the comments for you. But these are free patterns, and I've used, they look so gorgeous on screen. So we've got the slim pouch, and we've got the little, I call it mini moppy. So when you get the link, look for those 2. The patterns are free, and I've used the Riley Blake fabric, and I think you're going to agree, they look stunning, absolutely stunning. So shall I bring them in? Shall I do my zip in? Oh yeah, I'm having to get out. And if I say, I'm going to be really technical now and show it to the side camera. Oh my gosh, hold on, wait for it, guys, wait for it. There you go.
There we go.
So this is the posies in mint, and it's got the dash daisies in pink, and then it's got the leaves in pink here, and then it's got the floral imprint in the melon. So you can see by mixing and matching the colours how beautiful they look. And there's no effort. I didn't have to really go mad and choose the fabrics. They just all work together. And then the pouch we made, zips on a roll. Obviously, you need to stock up any day of the week on zips on a roll. Yeah. But this is the main in white. So you can see how blousy it is. Now, what I mean is, look, we've got honeysuckles in here, we've got daisies, we've got sort of lupin type flowers.
Right.
Now look, there's your little dash daisy. Can you see it there?
Yeah.
Now that's the pattern that's on the scribbled. So if you look at the scribbled fabric, that's what the flower is.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger on the scribbled, but not much. We've got leaves on there. And if you look at that, and then you look at something, let's have a look at the posies. You can see how they all have been brought together as a posy. So our Sarah has done a terrific job in putting all those colours, designs together. We've got the cushions here. So can you see how those colours work together? And when they came up to my door, I literally went like this and picked out 2 or 3, 4 colours to work together. The bag at the back, the grey there, kind of mutes it down if you didn't want anything too blousy. So I've used the scribbled in grey and the main in off-white to make that bag. The quilt top behind me, which probably looks like a plethora of shapes, it's actually called a carpenter's star. I actually cannot move. But if I kind of go like that, you can see how those greys work together. And this is deliberate, how to put like 2 tones of grey together to get the sort of effect. You've got the 2 tones of orange here, and they were very much mixed and matched. And just down here, yes, you've got the two pinks. How delightfully relaxing I look.
You do.
You've got the two different coloured pinks there, which all work together, and that's the idea of it.
Yeah.
Again, another cushion here. If I bring in, now look, this may look, and it's kind of like the yin yang to what you can see over there.
Okay.
And it's just using the three different colours of fabric that I happen to choose. You make a 9 patch. If you don't know what a 9 patch is, just look it up. But it's basically, I've used 9 6-inch squares and sort of rocked them about a bit, stitched them together, cut them again. And this is the sort of thing you can achieve. And I've got another one which is hanging, which is slightly different to that, which I made the other day. Let me see if I can get it down. See if I can get it down. Everything is pinned. And I've used different colours this time. I haven't pressed it and I haven't put it on a cushion. But you can see what it looks like when you start. I mean, isn't that glorious? It's so pretty.
Yeah,
do you know what? We absolutely need a little bit of sunshine in our lives. What do you think about all these samples, Craig? Do you love them as much as I do?
Honestly, they're absolutely gorgeous. But what goes to show as well is not only do the colours work together, as you said, the designs throughout, they all work together as well. You start to see them, just being highlighted here and there throughout all the fabrics, and they do look absolutely gorgeous. But what I wanted to say as well is these are actually going to be coming up on launch day. So if you want to see more about them and a little bit more things that you could be doing with them, then Lizzie's going to be with it's Joe, isn't it? It's going to be with Joe when it comes to that one as well. So that's going to be launch party 1 p.m. here in the UK, or 8 a.m. Eastern time, or 5 a.m. Pacific time. So that's going to be coming up. So it's going to be good. But Lizzie's not going anywhere because it's Tuesday. It's Try It Tuesday. So she's actually going to be. You're going to be showing me something, Lizzie, aren't you? Or I'm going to be following along.
Yes, you were very brave to volunteer, or was it that? Was it the arm behind the back volunteering?
Yeah. No, I'm always up for trying.
It's actually using the quilting starter kit. And actually, you know what, if you're brand new to sewing and you have absolutely no idea what you should use, this is absolutely your first port of call, because you've got the mat, which is a self-healing mat, and it's a good size. It's like an A3 size. You've got the 12 by 6-inch ruler, which again is an absolute must-have. And it's obviously you've got the measurements on there. You've got all your angles as well. And I have to be honest, it's not very often I use an angle on a ruler. Maybe sometimes, it's one of those things that you get into your own groove of what you like. But the thing is that it's there for you. And the great thing about this is that you've got the numbers in the black, but then you've got the grid in the black and the yellow. So whatever your fabric is, I mean, on my top, you can't see the yellow, obviously, but you just about make out the black. And then, of course, you've got the rotary cutter, which has actually got a silicone grip to it. So it's lovely, and it's lovely in the hand. But it's got the safety mechanism as well. So you've got the little sort of catch at the front where you can push down and pull back, and it releases your blade. And I suppose, it's a bit of we kind of like a broken record, but you must always close that blade.
Okay.
It is so sharp; it'll absolutely whip a line into your finger, no problem at all. And it's very stingy if you do that. So all three pieces are absolutely imperative to making good, clean, accurate cuts. It's a bit like, as a paper crafter, Craig,
yeah.
You use a trimmer, a guillotine, maybe a knife sometimes in some occasions. And this is like the sort of equivalent in the sewing world. This is your basics.
Okay.
You wouldn't, in paper crafting, you wouldn't use scissors so much now, although we would have done at the beginning, but not now, because we've moved on. The technology has moved on, and this is what obviously we have for sewing. Now, have you got your implements of torture there with you, Craig?
I do indeed. I do. I don't have one of the new fabrics, but I've got fabric.
You've got fabric as well.
Yeah, I've got fabric.
They really let you loose on things today.
Yeah, but they didn't trust me with the new fabric, though, so I got a different one.
Oh, you've got a different one. You're not allowed the new fabric,
no,
quite right.
Not yet.
It's got my name on every single piece of that fabric, so
That's
I'm
why.
watching you.
That's why.
Okay, so normally when you look at your mat, Craig, your mat should be like kind of 1 to 17, let's say.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. Oh, you got the centimetre
Oh,
side.
oh no, I didn't realise it was actually. There we go. There we are.
Oh, now actually, that I don't know if that was a deliberate mistake, but that's a good thing that you showed the centimetre side as well.
No, I didn't realise there were centimetres and inches, so there you go.
Brilliant. So, hello, we did that, we didn't even know it.
Nope.
So if you stick to the inches side, because traditionally sewers tend to use inches when it comes to patchwork, okay? Centimetres, I haven't quite got there yet, but obviously everything is converted now except patchwork, so we can kind of gear ourselves on that. So you've got all your angles on there, everything is there. Now if you wanted to cut a piece of fabric, if you look at the piece that's on my desk, I've got it folded, so my selvages are coming up. I've got it across the width, let's say. So my selvages are here and my fold is here. So if you could do that with yours, Craig. So your selvages are together. So you've got 2 layers with your selvages together.
Yep.
And then you've got it folded. And it naturally comes to you like that, wherever you go, online with us or wherever. That's how it comes on a piece already folded.
Okay.
Now you've got yourself then 4 layers. You've got a very large piece of fabric. So you've got your 4 layers there, Craig, have you?
4 layers, yeah.
Good. Okay. So bring your selvages up to that top fold. Now, if you lay that across your board, that really, you're struggling to get a piece of your cutting mat top and bottom, and certainly on mine there's hardly any mat. So I want you to turn your mat so it's actually portrait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now and turn your fabric as well.
That way.
Yeah. And also bring your raw edges on your left hand side across over onto the mat. So if it looks bit more. That's it. Stop. Okay. Now you've obviously your fabric is folded beautifully, but you've got the most awful, and even I can see on the small screen, you've got the most awful left-hand side. If you want to start cutting, you need to trim that. So get your ruler.
Okay.
Place it over your fabric. Make sure that your fabric fold at the bottom is on a straight white line. Okay. So your fold is following a line.
Got you.
Yeah, so it's parallel. You've got a definite 90 degrees going on. Absolutely. And then with your ruler, just make sure that your ruler, the lines on your ruler, are also parallel, absolutely, with the bottom of your fabric. And you'll only see a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, come back a little bit. You're going to waste a lot of fabric and I will cry.
Yeah, no, don't want that.
Now I'm going to turn mine slightly so it's better for me to cut because I'm sitting down. But what we want to do is trim up that beautiful edge there so we've got a nice straight edge. So all I'm going to do is put your hands so it looks like a crab. Okay. And you're using your fingertips only. You've got it. Okay. Open up your blade on your rotary cutter. Pull back.
Right.
And then you're just going to run that across your fabric. So you're just holding your ruler down with your fingers and you're cutting. Take your ruler away and take your lovely, lovely cut strip away as well. Beautiful. Okay. Gorgeous. So let's go for a 2.5 inch strip because that's the most popular width of fabric, let's say. So at the bottom of your ruler, I would get it so your threader's logo is upside down and the hole is at the bottom.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
And you should find your 2.5 inch mark. That's it. So you're just lining up the 2.5 inch black line with your fabric and just make sure it's all parallel. And then all you're going to do again is put your fingers down like a crab. You're holding it. Look, if you had your hand like that, flat, and your rotary cutter came off, you're going to go like that.
Got ya.
Okay? If you hold it like a crab, you're only going to go so far,
see what
and
you
you're going
mean.
to stop. So it's much better.
Yeah.
So now you're going to cut. So pull back your blade, and then you're just going to cut. Make sure everything's parallel. And there we are. You've got a nice sharp blade. You've now got a 2.5-inch strip. And by golly, you can't get more accurate than that.
You can't.
And can I just also say, Craig, this mat, rotary cutter and ruler can absolutely, definitely be for paper crafting.
Okay.
And if you look at mine, and I don't know how I can show. Let me show you on the side camera. Mine is just about nearly worn out. Do you see what it says? I don't know if you can see, but it says Papercraft.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Now, this is my Papercraft rotary cutter. I couldn't find my sewing one. I know where it is now because I found it earlier. But I put a brand new blade into this one. But this one, this Papercraft one, I put my old blades in, and I actually cut paper and cardstock with my mat, my ruler, and this rotary cutter, and I'll change the blades out later because I'm wasting it.
That's really good to know.
So it really crosses over the boundaries. Sewing and craft crosses over all the time.
That is kind of so good to know. I won't do that, being safety conscious. The cap was still on. It was on. There we go. Might come my way. Lizzie, thank you so much for popping on the Wake Up Call show. It's an absolute pleasure and having you talk me through that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be here. It's been lovely.
Brilliant. And we will see you again throughout the show on launch day later on today on Crafters TV. So thank you so much. Oh, how fun was that? How lovely is Lizzie? You've not seen her for ages and ages and ages. But let's see what everyone is saying about those fabrics. We have got Judy on YouTube saying beautiful colours. We need to, actually we're on about the papers, but absolutely these fabrics are great as well. Sonia on Facebook saying, I am buying these fabrics. Sarah just designs everything. That's right up my alley. You like some of the previous ones as well that incorporate with the paper pads in the past. Excellent, Sonia, you'll be loving them. Susan Elliott on Facebook saying, what beautiful fabrics, just love them all. They reminded me of fruit salads. The sweeties, some of them, like your peachy and your raspberry tones. Very retro and very kind of like fruit salady look within these ones. Does, maybe, and then the grey ones could be like the blackjacks. There we go, good. Always thinking of sweets and food. Then we've got Len on Facebook saying the fabrics look beautiful, all the lovely colours. Claire on YouTube, I'd love the star blanket, but can't sew. I'm with you on that one there. Maybe as time goes on, maybe more and more Tuesdays, we'll get a bit more advanced. And then Susan Elliott on Facebook saying that patchwork quilt piece looks amazing. Absolutely did. If you want to get in any more comments, we are, maybe about 10 minutes left, but just have a look right along the bottom. Maybe this is going to be something we're doing on a Tuesday. Try it Tuesday. Is there something specific that you want to see me try? Very, very good chance that next week might be pancake related. Don't know why, but you never know. So if there is anything specific that you want to see, then of course just get along, have a look on that strap. Also to say as well, if you were after Lizzie's free downloads, they're in the comments as well for you to grab hold of. So the social team are on it, like they always are, so you can get a hold of them ones. But from one launch to another, we're now going over a launch party. We're absolutely spoiling you today. This is our rotation stamps. So these are absolutely glorious in the fact that you do exactly as it says, you rotate them. You've got the meadow wreath, you've got the butterfly roses, rustic botanicals, and butterfly wishes. So what these ones do, using that one stamp, you're going to rotate them. So let's show you this meadow wreath. And I'm going to be showing you them as well just in a moment or two. So using the one stamp, the sentiment is a separate element. So what you're going to do is you're going to use the stamp and you're going to you're going to colour in one colour. Then what you're going to do is, Laura just saying that I've got fabric on the brain. I absolutely do. I really, really do. But don't they remind you of the fabrics as well? They work really, really well. Got that kind of theme running throughout. But what we're going to do is we're going to stamp once, then we're going to rotate 90 degrees, then we can stamp again, but with a different colour. Then we're going to rotate again, another 90 degrees, and then again another 90 degrees, all on the same page, and this is what it looks like. Absolutely awesome and so much fun. So that was your meadow wreath. We've got rustic botanicals on this one here as well, and as always you can completely change the colour and use whichever colour you like. Butterfly roses on this one, but more of a subtle design. If you want to use them individually, you can, but of course, just rotate them and you get that full kind of floral wreath. And then we've got butterfly wishes on this one here. So you can see how well that comes, a really jam-packed image that you can see here down on your screen. So each of them, you've got that one background stamp, but what you've got in each one is you've got a separate sentiment. If you maybe want to mix and match the sentiment, you can do. Let's show you a few samples, and then we will show you what else you can be creating when it comes to these stamps. So going for your really light lilac and pink tones, but then what about still on that butterfly? You can see how changing it by using a blue works really well. But then look on this one here. So the actual image is going to be round about 5 by 5, but you can pop them onto, of course, any of your cardstocks. Maybe you want to do your concept cards. What about your metallic ink pads? Just a bit of a heads up, Colour Me Happy on Friday with myself. We've got the ink pads on. Changing it completely. How smart is that? Just die cut in a large circle, creating a circle within the middle aperture, and you've done a bit of a shaker card. Then maybe your heat embossing that you can see here. What about elongating it? By cutting it in half and extending it. There's another circle one that you can see here by cutting a circle. They work so well. Let's do one. Actually, I've got two more, so let's show you them. So you can see on this one here. So if you want to keep them florals when it comes to your summer colours, spring colours, you can, but very autumn colour when it comes to that one there. So mixing and matching with all of your inks. But what we can do is let's bring in mine here, and we can start to get a bit creative with them. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the rustic botanicals on this one, and I'm going to use my large stamping platform as well. So let's bring in Quick Dry. Quick Dry is going to be your best friend when it comes to these ones. So I'm using Midnight, Lemon Tonic, Honey Pot, and then Ocean Blue. So what I can do is let's bring in my large stamping platform. And I want to make sure I get this right within the middle of my platform. So what we can do is taking our stamp off. So let's take the background off. And as you can see on this one, the sentiment actually stays separate, that we can see here. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to position that so that I get it within the middle. So I am following these grids all the way around. Let's see if I've got a bit of white card to pop underneath to make it a bit clearer that we can see here. So I am following these grids. So I just want to make sure I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 in. So I know that I'm perfect from left to right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Pretty much happy with that. So if you're using a large platform, then as if you've got 5 squares all the way around, so 5 top to bottom, 5, 5, and 5, then that's going to make sure that you're centered when it comes to your platform. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the base, and I've got in a piece of cardstock here. I've cut my one to, I think it was 6 by 6, but I'll be trimming it down anyway. So I'm going to pop that also within the center. So what I'm going to do is with this one, I think is it 3s, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yep. So we can use our discs, our magnetic discs, to hold them into place. So I know that's in the center now. I know this one's in the center now as well. So this just means I'm going to ink and I'm going to stamp and then I'm going to rotate it round. And we know because we've got it in the circle, it's going to work perfectly. So what we can do is let's start with, it doesn't really matter what color combination you start with, but I'm going to start with the yellows. So let's go for the Lemon Tonic. So what we can do is if I stamp and cover my stamp with the ink, so let's work our way around. And then what I'm doing as a bit of a mental guide, I'm making sure that my Crafter's Companion logo is facing me. So I know that is the first way that I've done it. So we can stamp our image out, remove that one. You can see we've got that bit of a light yellow, slight image coming all the way through. So what I can do now is I'm now going to move on to the honey pot. So what we can do is, this is the way that we had our stamping platform. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it 90 degrees around and then I'm going to ink it up. So we can stamp with our next colour. So we're stamping on our ink. So then what we can do is we can turn it back around. So you can see our logo was here to start with. Now it's 90 degrees on this side. So what we can do is press. So we work that round into place, remove that. Now that starts to infill some of these parts. So Crafter's Companion logo is at the left-hand side. So I'm going to turn it 90 degrees. So it's up at the top. So what we can do is let's stamp. Let's go for the light blue on this one. So popping this out. Now at home you might want to wipe down each stamp beforehand, but I'm going to just go straight on for time and speed. Again, logo's at the top. So let's press all the way round. And then this time, logo, top left-hand side, we're going to turn it 90 degrees. So it's now at the top right-hand side. So we can see infilling, and then let's bring in the last colour, so which is Midnight. So we're going to add our colour on. So stamping all that one on, and then once again, logos top right-hand corner, popping that one in, pressing down, making sure we've got that nice coverage, removing that, and we've got that full backdrop that you can see there. So make sure your cardstock's within the middle, same as your actual ink pad, and then why not layer them up? So all that I've done there, I'm not going to do it because we're just about out of time, but I had got my layers so that we would layer it up, so you can see that I had them ready to go. I've used my nesting dies as well to create a bit of a circle, and then using the sentiment, I would just stamp the sentiment, which then gives us that one here. So there we go. So that's the key, making sure your image as well as your cardstock is right within the middle, and then just at each time, just turning them round at 90 degrees. So if you want to see them in a bit more detail, they're coming up in launch party later on today with Sarah and Joe. So I'll be showing you a lot more things as to what you can be doing with them ones there. But have a look at this. You can see this is exactly what you're getting. So you're getting your set of 4. So it's 44.16 here in the UK, 52.95 in the United States, and as you can see there, you've got 8 in total. So you've got 4 packs, but within each pack you're getting a background as well as a sentiment as well. Mix match the sentiment if you want to, it's entirely up to yourself, but that's what's coming up later on today. All right, so again, talking about what else is coming up later on today, let's have a look and see exactly how your day is going to plan out when it comes to Crafters TV. Kickstarting in an hour's time with myself and Joe. So it's going to be Craft Vault. So 11 a.m. here in the UK, 6 a.m. Eastern Time, 3 a.m. Pacific Time. Craft Vault once again later on at the end of the day with Sarah and Joe, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Same products, different demos. Same product, as long as they're still in stock. Then we spoke to Lizzie. She was just going over a few things earlier. So she's going to be popping up on launch day, 1 p.m. here in the UK. So it's 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 5 a.m. Pacific Time. She's going to be showing you that Riley Blake fabric that looked absolutely glorious and reminds me of the fruit salad and a blackjack. And then what we've also got is where we've got launch party, which is also, I believe, with Sarah and Joe, that's going to be 4 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. And they're going to be showing you that rotation stamps as well as a few other things that I gave a little sneak peek as to my Instagram story last night with the floral animals. Absolutely gorgeous, and I had a lot of fun playing with them ones. But let's have a look. Let's finish the show by seeing what everyone is saying. We've got Lynn on Facebook. The fabrics look absolutely beautiful and love all the colours. So many are saying all of these, how you're matching what she is saying. Diane on Facebook saying love the rotating stamps. Sonia on Facebook saying love these type of rotation stamps. You bought the other ones a while back. Brilliant. We've got these ones that are slightly bigger. Diana is saying I have all the rotation stamps. Susan is saying love all the samples. They were glorious. Serenity on YouTube, is it easier with the big stamping platform or can you do it with any? You can do it with any, but it's absolutely easier using the larger one because then you can use it to line up and hold in using the discs, but you can use it with the other ones as well. So There we go. Thank you so much for your comments. Always remember, get your photos sent in. So whether you're making anything today or anything you have been making, make sure that you go and email them across to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Or of course, as always, when we are live, either on Wake Up Call or any of our shows throughout the day on Crafters TV, get commenting, get interacting with us. We want to also see if any of you want to be part of game day on Friday. Do let us know as well. So let us know by email if you want to be part of game day. This Friday is all about Valentine's. It's going to be Valentine's game special when it comes to this week. So if you do want to take part, then do that. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. But then just to get in comments with us and speak to us throughout the show, whether it's myself and Joe and Sarah and Ben, all the team, then just head across to our Facebook as well as our YouTube as well. Rightio, another incredible day, another fast-packed day. I know we've got an incredible day all lined up. So enjoy your day, stay safe, stay well, and we will see you at the exact same time tomorrow morning for Wake Up Call with Craig. Bye.